money just doing personal training one-on-one. So what he decided to do was to start recording himself with his cell phone, just answering fitness questions and posting them online. And that organically grew to what it is now, of over 100 million views on his YouTube channel, over 700,000 subscribers close to it, over 1.5 million Facebook likes, and he's been able to pay very little in advertising and just promote himself through his marketing on his social media. He's been a fitness model for Nike, Puma, Adidas, and Brand Jordan. He's been featured on Fox News as well as the Huffington Post and a bunch of other cool news outlets. And he's been able to start his own supplement company called Bro Laboratories, which is where I work. And he serves thousands of customers across the world, has over 10 employees, again, with almost zero advertising. And of course, pickup and fitness have some crossover. He's pretty close with the RSD guys, including Tyler and obviously Derek. And what he's gonna talk to you guys today is a little bit about positioning and leverage and how to set your life up to be so awesome that pickup sort of becomes second nature and it requires less effort. So without further ado, I want to introduce Brandon Carter.
You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? What up? All right, listen guys, before we get started, I need y'all to help me make a fucking lit ass Snapchat post. So I'm gonna flip this shit around, and then this house is gonna be like, hey man, I'm just out here in London, got some motherfuckers want to say hi to you, and then I want y'all to go. Derek booby trapped me just now. All right. All right, so I'm out here in London. Some guys who want to say hi to y'all. What's up? Thank you. Let me tell you what's gonna happen because of that. Some girls are gonna see that shit. No, it's for real talk. Some girls are gonna see that shit and be like, man, all these guys cheering for Brandon. He must be that dude. We should hang out more. And that's called leverage. And that's what I want to talk to y'all about today, leverage. For example, when Mike gave me that good introduction, let's give a round of applause for Mike, man, that's my dog. When Mike applied to be an intern for me, this is how it works. When you want to work for Brandon Carter, you got to be an intern for free for like 90 days, and then you get paid after, you know. And over 200 people applied for that position. You know how Mike got to leverage? He said, yo, I got this hot ass sister that I can introduce you to. And that got him right to the front of the line. He basically had the job at that point. It's leverage. Like, see what you don't want to do, guys. Okay. I'm not a pickup artist, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know, like, the tactics and the tricks and shit as much as, like, a lot of other guys in RSD do. But at the same time, if you got enough leverage, maybe you don't have to do fucking 50 approaches a night, right? Maybe you can set your shit up so girls come to you, right? Or a lot of you guys, who wants to make more money, right? Maybe you don't have to, like, go out, do so much prospecting or do many sales calls and all that if you got enough leverage. Like the guy in the back, his name is Alex. He was doing sales for us. He closed over $100,000 worth of sales in like about the last 35 days. But he wasn't making cold calls. Everybody called him. He set it up for leverage. You guys getting me? You understand what I'm saying? For example, Mike talked about I used to be a personal trainer, training one-on-one. How many of you guys are personal trainers? Or any? There's a few of you guys. Cool. You know what it's like when to get clients, you're supposed to go around in the gym. Hey, why you fucking with this curl bar? You're doing this shit wrong. And then you're supposed to like teach them how and say, hey, would you like a one-on-one session with me? And then you do that, and then at least that's how it works in America. And then you're trying to sell them on. Is that how it works here? Yeah, you're trying to come. All right, cool. So I used to do that, and you know, you banging your head against the wall trying to get new clients and everything. Let me tell you what it's like now when I go into a gym. I go to any gym in North America, probably here too. I haven't been to a gym in London yet. Motherfuckers come up to me asking, saying, oh, what's up? How you guys doing? Similar to the way you guys are saying, oh man, I like your video. And it's cool, I really appreciate that. And then some people ask, oh man, how much do you charge for training? Do you train? Motherfuckers ask me to train them, right? Because I set this shit up with leverage, right? And before with the old gym, when I was a trainer, I would try to early teen. My first job as a trainer, I was like 17. I'm in there trying to have sex with the female clients, with varying degrees of success. Now when I go to the gym and all these guys are coming up to me asking me for advice, and they're asking me to train them or telling me how much it changed I helped them to change their lives. What do you think that does? The women watching that, who don't know me, what do you think that does to them? What do you think that does to their vaginas? You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. It probably has an impact. You know what I'm saying? I would imagine, right? Because it's leverage. You got to set shit up. So you set shit up on the front end. So like when you get into these situations, things are easier. You guys getting what I'm saying right now? You guys feeling me? You guys feeling me? All right. So a lot of you guys, how many of you guys are in the pickup? All right, you guys are here because you're in the pickup. I know there's a different family. Yeah, you're in the pickup. Let's say, I don't know, who's a fucking rich, famous motherfucker? Who's in London? Name somebody, man. James Bond? What? Who? Beckham. David Beckham. Yeah, what's a newer motherfucker? Like a newer motherfucker. Nobody famous from, y'all ain't got no fame? Skeptar, whatever the fuck that is. I'm assuming that Skeptar is a fucking rich, famous motherfucker, man. Was that a rapper?
He was on Drake's new album.
Skeptar, he was on Drake's new album. None of them motherfuckers are American, man, so I'm like trying to figure it out. But sorry. So Skeptar walks in the club. Does he have to go around doing cold approach? You think, you know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, real talk. It's about leverage. You got to set your life up where it's like things are easier. I'm not telling you not to do cold approach. I'm not telling you not to work hard, but you work hard at making yourself fucking awesome and your life awesome. And then I'm telling you, everything becomes easier. Like if you're going around making fucking cold calls, cold approach, if that's like your primary way of getting girls or your primary way of making money, you can do it and then you can be successful at it, right? But it's just not fucking optimal. You understand what I'm saying? So there's three different kinds of leverage points I like to fucking share with y'all. One, social proof, right? Number two is resources or skills. I'm gonna lump that together for the sake of this presentation. And three would be status, right? All right, so let's talk about each one of these, break them down a little bit more. What's the most profitable car company in the world right now, or at least in America? Does anybody know? Tesla. Is it? All right. Okay. Who spends more on advertising, BMW or Tesla? BMW. Tesla has a zero. Their advertising budget is zero. I mean, that's what they say. I'm sure they do some shit, right? But for the most part, it's nothing. Why? Because this shit is the fucking best. Like, depending on who you ask, right? I'd rather have a BMW, but Tesla, I mean, it's just a fucking electric car that goes top speed. It's lit, right? It's so good they don't have to do any advertising because people talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because they got what? They got the leverage of just being really fucking good. Same shit with you guys. If you're really fucking good, then I don't know, man. Like, motherfuckers, that's why, because I think I'm really good at like training and helping people accomplish their goals. And that's why, I'm not saying it was easy for Alex to close $100,000 in sales in a month, but it was easier because we set it up where people called him, people applied. You know what I'm saying? In fact, it was less sales and more like him. The people had to sell themselves on giving us money. You know what I'm saying? Because every relationship, you guys know about this shit. The buyer and the seller, right? You set it, if you're fucking good enough, you set it up where you're the buyer, and the people who want to give you money, you know, are setting they're actually bidding for the opportunity to give you cash, or the girl is like trying to convince you. That's how you know. I mean, those of you guys that pick up, you don't know this shit, man. The girl's trying to convince you that that she's good enough for you. That's what you want, man. Because if you're trying to fucking, I don't know, you can do it, you can trick her, you can manipulate her, but if you're just so fucking awesome, you don't have to do shit. I think Derek told me, you're gonna hear Derek talk later, and man, Derek's one of my favorite people to listen to talk in the world. He told me, or maybe he heard it from someone else, but like if you want to be good with girls, you can either be a good man or a good manipulator, right? But becoming a good man is not only easier, but it's more sustainable, right? Because you can only pretend for so long. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, get real good at shit. You're real good at shit, and then have that's like leverage that you can use. Like it makes everything easier. Another thing that's gonna be helpful for you guys, and we're gonna take some questions. Does anybody have any questions on that particular point right now? Don't ask me about fucking curls and shit. You know, like I was talking about, his hand went up first.
Was there a point when you were training and you were going up to people saying, oh, I have to have a health campaign, and you were like getting intentional about building social groups and like thinking?
When I was just a trainer, I think it was, no, not back then. It wasn't until like the internet became, I'm a lot older than all you guys, most of you guys, even though you got like better facial hair than me, I'm still probably older than you. The coolest website back then was Yahoo, right? Followed by AOL. And but when I did notice that when I started, you know, the social media shit, and we'll talk about that more later, when I started that, then it just became way easier. Like to have like social proof there, you know? Who else had a question? Somebody over here.
How do you start building leverage from ground zero?
Ground zero is good. Well, first of all, you get, what are you talking about? In what area?
Like for example, with yourself, you were a personal trainer,
Yeah.
and you started putting out videos. And now suddenly you're the best trainer. You're
True. And I'm humble. That's the thing, man. I'm humble. I'm one of the most humble motherfuckers ever. What's up? Well, I put out quality. So like you said, all of a sudden, it's kind of misleading because I was a personal trainer like for years before YouTube was invented, right? So like by the time I was putting out videos, I was speaking from a point of expertise, right? So you still have to put in the time to get fucking good at something, to be awesome. It doesn't happen overnight, you know? And that's the part you can't rush. You can rush the shortcuts, but you can't sustain them, right? Spending time getting good at something. Before I go to the next point, I'll take your question real quick.
All right, so basically, you said
Speak up, man, so you be heard.
All right, so you've got like a good man and a good manipulator. So like in terms of YouTube and building your own brand, you want to, so what you just said is like being really good at it. So then you're not lying because like like valuable content and unvaluable content. And like imagine if you just put out loads of stuff and you're just lying and it's just like spam content and people are like, oh, don't go to this guy, he's terrible. You know, you're just not watching videos anymore. So it's like, how would you build a quality video? Like,
Well, it takes time to get good at being good, right? Like, so if your marketing is good and your product is bad, you're just gonna show more people how much you suck. You understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense? You gotta have that foundation. Well, I'm gonna take some more questions. I want to get into the next. I'm gonna have time for all questions. Next thing, social proof, like you talk about. How many of you guys have Amazon.com? It's Amazon UK out here, right? Same shit. How many of you guys went on there to buy some? Oh, I want to fucking, I don't know, some shit. And then the shit you were looking for popped up, and how many of you guys read the reviews first? Yeah. How many decisions were based off the reviews? That's what we call social proof, my friends. Now you can build that in your life, and this is probably the quickest way to like build some leverage. For me, you know, a lot of leverage I have is, you know, over 1.5 million Facebook fans, right? That's leverage. So like if I want to do something at a gym or meet someone influential, my guy Mike, man, just emails him and he kind of just says that stats and then like doors kind of swing open, right? But you can do that in your life, like right now. So I think it's important. How many of you guys with girls? How many of you guys have been in the friend zone before? You been put in the friend zone? I have. Put in the friend zone. And the girl was hot, right? All right, let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. First of all, you fucked up, right? You ended up in the friend zone. Derek can tell you more about that shit. But fuck it, whatever, it's over. Once you're in the friend zone, you're not getting out. You don't get out the friend zone. People ask me how you get out. You don't, man. You're in there because you deserve to be, right? It's like, how do you break out of prison? Nah, man, you just do your time. But here's where you flip that shit. So like now you got a girl who's your friend, and she's hot, presumably. Hopefully you weren't fucking chasing some fucking ugly chick, right? Now, if you're friends with that chick, right? Other girls see you with that chick, what do you think that does? Yeah, man. Like, so, he's a cool guy. He's with this beautiful girl. Man, he's a cool guy. He's with this beautiful girl. You know, he must be cool because that girl's giving you a fucking 5-star Amazon review. But for your dick. Because people are gonna assume y'all together, right? If you're with this girl, like people are gonna let them assume that, you know? If anything, have some more female friends and watch, man. Like listen, I got a girl right now, so I ain't on that shit. But you know, I got like female friends or like, and when I post pictures with them, man, like you should see how the shit lights up. You know, like how the DMs light up. Oh, we should hang out. Or you're never in New York. I didn't get no invite. It's leverage, man. It's social proof. It's social proof. But that also goes from being good, right? So if you're selling a product or service in business, if your shit is good, that's you want to harvest those testimonials. Like we do shit like in Bro Laboratories, my supplement company, we'll have contests. Like people sent to get the testimonials. I want them to be real. So like if you really like the shit, let us know and maybe send a picture you holding it, man. We'll give you a free bottle or some shit or a discount code. Because those testimonials are so valuable. You know, because other people see them, oh, it must be cool, right? Now it works in the opposite too. Like so that's why I started with being good at shit. Because if your shit sucks, then everybody's gonna be saying your shit sucks. And it's gonna be different, you know? And same thing, if you're hanging out with ugly chicks, hot girls are gonna see that shit and be like, nah. Nah, I ain't fucking with it. I ain't fucking with the shit at all. You look like you're not fucking with me, man. You look like you're not fucking with me. You fucking with me? You not fucking with me? You is fucking with me? You not fucking with me? Damn, son. I'm gonna have you jumping up and down before this shit is over. All right. Anybody got questions about that shit?
As a young dude,
I'm not. Yeah.
Would you spend like years like honing the craft before you go into the social proof space?
I mean, you can like the shit I just said with the girl. You can do that immediately, right? But man, there's nothing beats awesome. For real, man, nothing beats being fucking awesome when it comes to like persuasion or just life, man. Nothing beats being fucking really good, especially if you're like really good, like world class, like one of the best in the world. And that's not easy to accomplish. But if you can get to that point where you're like way, way above average, then you'll never have to worry about money. You'll never have to worry about anything. I mean, it's difficult to get there, right? It takes a lot of work, and that's the part where almost everybody in this room is gonna be too fucking lazy to do it, you know? But those of you who do, your life will be a lot better as a result. So yeah, the answer is yes. Any other
How do you distinguish yourself from other fitness people?
I think I'm fucking better than them. Like seriously, man. Like if you're a fucking young kid starting a YouTube page, you don't have the same amount of experience. You haven't been a trainer for over 15 years. You know what? It takes 10 years to become expert in something, right? Like, you know, I got like 15 years of training other people, 18 years of training myself. Like you're just not gonna be better than me at that shit, and no one's gonna work as hard as me either. Like nobody. You can work as hard as me, but not better. So I think that one way I distinguish myself is just hard work, and also I deliberately try not to be like everyone else, right? You want to stand out. Sometimes different can be better than better. right? Like sometimes different, like those of you who knows Connor Murphy, the guy we just, yeah, he's a good friend of mine. We just did it. My company, we put out his product. We helped him put it together and we put it out, did all the marketing and everything. And he's so popular right now, I think just because nobody's doing it, what he's doing. It's almost like there's no fitness channels like that are doing like fitness pranks or fitness pickup almost. And he's not even fucking teaching like workouts. Yeah, kind of, but it's not the same. It's not, he's
So as an entrepreneur, do you find it difficult to actually let go and not work? That's one problem I have, overworking and not socialising.
not socializing. Man,
Would you try and...
I don't believe in balance if you want to excel. Like I don't try to live a balanced life. My shit is totally imbalanced. I just work and if,
Do you mind kind of overworking and not socialising?
yeah, I don't give a fuck about with me it's like my goals are so intense that like I don't think it's the kind of shit where you go and all right, it's 5 o'clock, let's go have some fucking drinks with some assholes or let's take off the weekend. I don't think you get to where I'm trying to get doing that. I think you have to be compulsive, right? That's not best for everyone, but for me. So I don't really care about socializing, having fun, or even being happy, right? Like that's just me. That doesn't have to be everyone, but that's just where I'm at. All right, hold on. We'll take some more questions. And the third way you can really apply leverage is status. It's similar to social proof, but status is like, it's similar to social proof. It's like, yo, if you just that dude, man. It's like motherfuckers know it. You're fucking really good. You are known to be the guy with who's the shit, man. Like, for example, I'm not a big Donald Trump fan at all. Before he ran for president, though, he had a show called The Apprentice, right? Before he was in the politics, and people competed to work for him. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? They competed to work for him because he had the leverage, the status, you know. Again, I'm not a fan. I'm just using, it's still an example, right? Or, I don't know, man. Like, you know how hard it is to work for fucking Facebook or work for Google or some of these kind of people compete, man. Or to work for Brandon Carter. You got to compete with hundreds of motherfuckers and then take no money for 90 days. It's like, it's the leverage of the status. So those, you guys getting that, you know, if you can build your status up to where you're that dude. Now, a lot of people fake it on social media,
Black photos.
Huh?
Black photos.
Black photos?
Buy.
Oh, buy photos? Steal photos? Or motherfucking, but they always get caught. They rent shit. They fucking post Rolexes that aren't theirs. You know what I'm saying? Fucking cribs and houses that aren't theirs. And that's cool. You can fake that shit until you can't, right? Until everyone finds out. You know, like in what'd you say?
Bow Wow challenge.
Yeah, fucking Bow Wow. He posting pictures of somebody. He posted pictures of Timothy Sykes' money, man. It's just, yeah, you get caught up, then what does that do to your status? Yeah. How many girls are trying to fuck with him now? What's up?
If you're like leverage like good social media and you're just working like as a barman, but instead, let's say you get people just to cheer you on Snapchat. So like right now, I can get my phone Snapchat, get them to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then goes like, what is this?
Yeah.
Some shit.
Yeah, like when we post a picture, I'll post for the picture right now. Right? That picture I'll post on fucking Instagram, we talking to a bunch of guys, oh man, Brandon's doing this fucking thing. You know? And yeah, so you can fake it or it can be real. But if it's real, but that's not easier. I mean, it may be easier up front, but it's to maintain those lies is difficult. Yeah, man. And you get found out.
Yeah, because if you just be social with not having a professional life involved in your social media, you still think it could still work for you. You could just be like, let's say, promoter.
Oh yeah.
And like, let's say you just like degenerate. Like, I'm not saying that a promoter is degenerate, but let's say you just fuck education out of it. Right, and promoter, alright, not the best promoter at the moment,
Yeah, you want to optimize shit as much as possible. I would tell that person to get good at what he's doing as well, right? Because that's just another way to optimize it. Like instead of trying to trick everybody, just really fucking be good. But optimize everything. Optimize everything. Yeah, man. And Like, but when you say social media, like, I mean, that's like, there's no easier way to fucking increase your status. It won't make you good at shit, right? But there's no easier way to increase your status and your social proof than with social media. So like, and that's why we're doing a thing on Saturday where me and Connor, we're gonna teach people how to build huge social media platforms. It's called influencer domination. And we're gonna just be, it's a full day. We're gonna be teaching people how to do that shit. If anybody here in London on Saturday, and then we're going on a world tour. So if anyone's interested in that, we can talk to me after. But that's not what this is about. But there's no easier way. It won't make you good though. Like good at what you. So if you're just some asshole who wants to fucking fake it on social media, then that's not shit's just not gonna work for you. I don't even want to fucking talk to you. You make me sick. You know. But if you are good at something and you want to fucking learn how to show the world how good you are, so you can build that leverage.
You don't want to help the Genghis Khans that just.
Yeah. Then talk to me after we're talking on Saturday.
Yeah, could you talk a bit louder? I'm having a bit of trouble hearing you.
Oh man, I apologize, man. I thought I was loud as hell. I'm sorry, man. I got you. What I was saying was, there's no easier way to build your status and your social proof than with social media. All right, and I'm doing a class on Saturday called Influencer Domination with me and Connor Murphy. He's built over 1 million, close to 1 million YouTube subscribers in less than 2 years. I've never seen that shit before. And you know, I have 1.5 million on Facebook and 600,000 on, and 100 million views on YouTube. And we're gonna be teaching people how to build our social medias, but it won't make you good is what I was trying to say, right? It won't make you good at what you do, right? Like I said before, if your marketing is good and your product sucks or you suck, you'll just show more people how much you suck. So I'm assuming the people who wanna learn more about that on Saturday, you're already good at something, all right? And we'll teach you how to show the world. If you wanna know more about that, you can talk to me after this event. It's on Saturday in London. But I digress. Let me take some other questions.
You know how you were talking about how like one of the best things to do to get successful is to be awesome at something?
Yeah.
Are some things better to be awesome at than other things? Like
how do you pick?
Yeah.
How do you pick what to do? Who's like not sure where they want to go in life, what they want to do? All right, let me break this shit down for you. It's real simple. All right, so like imagine there's 3 circles. It's a Venn diagram. 1, 2, 3. You seen that shit before? The Venn diagram. In one circle, it'll be what you're good at, or like what you want to be good at, right? Or where you're thinking. All the things where you're thinking you might want to place your attention. You know, all the endeavors. Another one is the things that you really like. That's in another circle. All right, things you really like, enjoy, maybe even love. Right? They may not coincide, right? Another thing, then the other circle is things that people will pay you for. Right? Things that you pay you the most for. You know, where you got to look at it from, you know, economic viability, right? What can you make money doing? And then where all 3 of those meet, it should filter out a lot of those things. And then where all 3 of those meet, it should only 1 or 2 things. You fucking pick one and go all out. You guys getting that? Because like many of you, I'm good at a bunch of shit. But fitness is the one that, you know, the people will always pay a premium for. You know, people, like, there's always a market for fitness.
Do you know how the fitness industry now is absolutely booming? And obviously you got in a good time where it was kind of like just before it exploded. How do you feel about young people getting into that industry now, where it's much more competitive, there's just a lot more people selling products and things like that?
Hey man, listen, let me tell you something about, he asked, if people get in the fitness industry now, presumably that's something you want to do, how do you compete? That's what Saturday's all about, right? Because Connor just did it in like a year. He went and got more subscribers than me, right? On YouTube. But here's the fucking thing. Here's the truth about all competition, right? If you're the fucking shit, if you're like really good, there is no competition because most people fucking suck. Or at best they're good. But good's not fucking good enough to really excel, right? Every basketball player you guys don't have the NBA here. Every fucking every football guy who's like professional football player, they're fucking good. They're probably better than all of us. But the fucking elite gets the fucking cleat deal and shit, you know? The elite ones win the championships, right? Like, you guys just don't have LeBron James here, right? But there's a lot of kids who want to be professional basketball players. He didn't have to. He wasn't competing, man. The companies were. I mean, the teams compete for him. Does that make sense? It's like you got to get good. So maybe, like you're thinking of how do I compete with all these people? You're trying to compete with them based off views and fans and shit. You need to be competing with them based off skill and quality, and then you'll rise to the top. And that's with any industry. Just that same way Tesla did it. You know?
Because your work ethic is so intense and you say your life is so imbalanced, what effects does that have on you psychologically?
What effects does my work ethic have on me psychologically? Nothing, man. I'm perfect. No, I'm just kidding. No. My shit is it's not like, okay, so this is why they say it's lonely at the top, I think. It's not just because motherfuckers there. It's because it's lonely as in you miss all the parties. To get there, you miss all the barbecues, or you miss all the events, or all the fun shit. You know, like, real talk, this might, and it makes you seem, you could come off as kind of heartless, right? My grandmother died in the middle of our last launch last week. And I kept fucking working. I didn't take a day off, I didn't sleep, I just kept going, right? And that can have an effect, like, damn, am I heartless? And his family's like looking at you. Her funeral is tomorrow. I'm not going, right? It seems kind of cold-hearted, and maybe it is. But at the same time, man, I got fucking goals, man. I got dreams and shit. And I don't know, I feel like it would be disrespectful for her to have fought through the fucking civil rights movement and shit, and have to sit in the back of the buses and shit in America, and I don't go as hard as I fucking can to take advantage of the way she and, you know, our predecessors set shit up for me. But that's how I look at it. Some of the family members might be like, oh, Brandon, you should have canceled all that London shit you was doing and come to the funeral. And I was like, you should shut the fuck up. Yeah, you can clap for that. You can clap for that. Let's give a round of applause for my family shutting the fuck up.
How do you develop the mindset of just the fucking shit?
How do I develop the mindset? I mean, listen, man. First of all, I'm humble, man. I'm humble. I'm the most humble. And no one ever been this humble, man. I'm fucking modest. I only brag about how humble I am. Nah, I don't know, man. It's hard to argue with some of the shit. Once you get good, it's hard to argue. Like when you see all the testimonials coming in, people who you helped, right? And it's like, fuck, man, you had this kind of impact on people. It's indisputable, and you need that, especially if you go in like social media. Because I don't know if you know, man, people can be pretty mean online. People can be pretty vicious. And
vicious comments as well towards you.
Oh yeah. I open this shit right now, and it'll be somebody calling me dumb nigger. You know what I'm saying? They're glad my fucking parents died or some shit like.
How does that not faze you at all?
I think, well, what it is, man, it's like I get more testimonials from people who, like, more before and after pictures, more people telling me tell me that they didn't kill themselves because they watched the video, right? So some jerk off's YouTube comment. And then also, you gotta think about the psychology of the person who's talking shit on YouTube, right? Think about what kind of life do they have to go around talking shit, right? Seriously, like how, I almost feel like kind of like sorry for them to a certain extent. It's like, because do you think that's how happy, confident, successful people behave? You think, y'all don't have Jay-Z in London. Y'all know what Jay-Z is? Do you think that Jay-Z is like, he closes a multi-million-dollar business deal, goes and does a show that night, you know, sold out show, then goes home and has sex with Beyonce, and he says, man, My life would just be complete if I went on and hated on some Cali Muscle videos right quick. You think that's how he behaves? You think that's how he spends his time? Right? Like, if, you know, so you know, a lot of people have a lot of issues, man, like a lot of issues, and those issues manifest themselves in a variety of different ways. And I think like hater-ass, crazy YouTube comments or social media comments is one of those manifestations. So part of me just kind of feels bad for them. It can, I mean, it's not zero. It's not nothing. And depending on what mood you catch me in, because I've invited motherfuckers to fight. You know, like, it's like, it depends on when you catch me. Like, we're all human. We're all gonna, these motherfuckers say you should be happy all the time are full of shit, you know. It's like, we're all humans. We're all gonna experience the full range of emotions. Sometimes you're gonna be happy, sometimes you're gonna be sad, sometimes you're gonna be pissed, sometimes you're gonna be confident, sometimes you're gonna be jealous, insecure. Catch me in one of those fucking moments, I might react, you know, in a certain way, yeah. What's up? You had a question.
You know, you follow this stoic mentality of like, you obviously doing like, you just get stronger through suffering and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is there a point when like, even though like suffering is stronger, but like the suffering, like even though it will make so much to get through it, like it kind of breaks you down to like a really, really low level where
Fuck with you.
yeah, like to the point where you can't pick yourself back up.
You always can, man. It always gets better, even if it seems like it doesn't. It's all right. So if who's lifted weights before? All right. So when you lift weights, what happens, you actually, the muscle tears, right? It breaks down. And then it responds by growing back stronger so it can handle that stress. Same thing with your hands. They fucking hurt at first until you develop these calluses. Then it stops hurting because they become stronger. Your hands become more resilient. You are the same way, right? When you go through something and you feel pain, you become stronger, right? And it's almost like the contrast too. It's like, you know, man, I come from an environment, I've had fucking guns put in my face. My father killed himself. When I was younger. I've seen people fucking die. So a YouTube comment is not the biggest deal to me. I mean, depending on honestly, I've reacted negatively, right? But it's a contrast because I've been through so much. And whatever you're going through is gonna make like little shit a little better. Like I see people fucking spaz out because it's raining. You know, in New York. Well, here's this, that's the rain. That's just normal. That's every day right here. But in New York, it's raining, it's raining, it sucks out here. I'm like, motherfucker, if you can't handle that, if this is something you can't handle, then you're just fragile, right? So like, it's good that you go through pain. It's good that you get knocked down, hurt, because it makes you more resilient, just like your muscles or your thing, you know? It's very important. I like a motherfucker who ain't been through some shit, I feel sorry for him, man, because some shit is gonna happen. It's not if, it's when. And if they haven't done it, then how are they gonna react, you know? Yeah. Did I answer your question already?
Yeah.
Oh, let me get this guy right here. I didn't see him yet.
What's your daily, weekly schedule like?
It varies depending on where I'm going and what's going on, honestly. Like last week, I probably slept 4 hours a night because we had a launch, like a product launch. And that's not optimal, right? It's not good. I wouldn't suggest that, but that's just.
So it was like you're working like 16 hours.
Yeah. There was one night during the launch I just didn't sleep. I just waited till the next night and slept 4 hours. That's not optimal. I don't suggest you do that. But I just, I'm trying to fucking win, man. I'm just trying to fucking win. So it alternates. But if I could get on the schedule, it would be better, So yeah, I don't have one.
All right, yeah, man. What was the time in your life where you made the transformation from doing your full-time job to doing your own show on YouTube?
For your full-time job,
subscribers, followers, stuff like that. What's the level of success? Like I'm 21, got a YouTube channel, 140 subscribers, something like 15,000 views. Yeah. I'm trying to get to that point, but it feels like it's never ended. Like,
never ended. Yeah.
What's your recommendation, man?
All right, so he wants to know when you build up your following and your business is when we can do it full-time. All right, so we're going to talk about that more on Saturday. Those of you interested, when we in the Influencer Domination, program on Saturday in London, Saturday. But anyway, we'll talk. Who's interested in that? Talk to me at the end of this tonight. But right now, I can tell you, I had 2 jobs, bro. I was working for my boy's moving company, like hard ass work, and I was working for my boy's restaurant. I was working like, you know, and then also training people. So it was like three gigs. And I started building my online shit. And I got to the point where, well, first of all, to be clear, I was focused on it being a business, right? So I had shit in place, I wasn't just making YouTube videos or like being on social media like a pretty girl trying to get likes and shit, right? You know, like, now I'm not saying that's what you're doing, but it's important that you have that business mindset initially, right? We'll talk about that more on Saturday, but it's important to have that setup, that structure. So once that stuff started making enough money that I can quit one job, I quit one job. Once it started making money, I could quit 2 jobs, then I quit 2 jobs. So it's really just, I just looked at the income. Like the money, the money would tell you. You know, when you got the potential to make more money doing this than working your job, that's a good time to quit.
How many like subscribers do you need to get to that level? 100,000, 200?
Man, there's one girl I trained. She has, back when she had like 60,000 subscribers, I had her, she was making 5 to 6K a month income. Yeah, I mean, I have a motherfucker, one of my clients, he's not even in fitness, but he you know, one of my business coaching clients, Steve Fernandez, he doesn't even, how many YouTube subscribers does Steve have? Like under 5,000 or some shit. And he makes, here's the thing, he started making $5 grand a month, but living in India. Yeah, Steve Fernandez. Holler at him. You know what I'm saying? If you go, yeah, I mean, holler at him. If you go to Influencer Domination, you'll see his testimony. He actually moved to Australia. That's what his dream, man. He's fucking balling. He's even making even more money now. Like, it's not about subscribe. See, the problem is you asked that question thinking that YouTube was gonna pay you the money. Nah, man.
It's private companies.
Yeah. No. See, you got the whole shit fucked up. It's not YouTube paying you. That money is not even worth talking about. It's not endorsements and shit. Like you put the fucking Fit Tee on your asshole, the Fit Tee bag on your asshole and get somebody to pay you. It's not that. It's you have to build a business based off where you're selling your own products and you can develop courses or you can do coaching or something like that. Like that's the key. That's where the money's at. That's the only way it's done. Otherwise, you need like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers.
But the thing is, you need that social proof to get it, and most of young people today, we're struggling to get that because, you know, YouTube is more saturated than it was and stuff like that.
Man, I'm telling you, it's not. Yeah, it is more saturated, but you can make money with a small list, man. You can make money with small. Yeah, man. You can make money with a small list, man. I know there's another guy. Yo, man. Yeah, it can be done. Like you think you guys have to be megastars to do it, but you don't. You don't have to be megastars. You can have a small following and make $5,000 to $10,000 a month if you know how to develop your own products and structure it in a way where it's sold. You really don't need like a big following. If you have a bigger following though, how much money do you think Connor made on the launch of this product? Just guess. Yeah, just guess. Just that week. It was 100,000. 100,000. What do you guess?
75.
$75,000.
A bit.
We did just under $200,000. I fucking posted this shit on Snapchat.
The dude's 22, right?
He's 22. He doesn't get all that. He don't get. Well, we have you know, Bro Laboratories gets a good amount of that money as well. So I'm saying like, so scale that down. You know what I'm saying? How many like scale that down? Like how many? Think of the amount of subscribers he has, right? Take it down. Like what do you think you make if you have 10, based off those numbers? You know what I'm saying?
It's like, isn't it about like 1 in 10 subscribers are likely to buy into your products and your website?
It's all about how you structure your shit and how you market, and so social proof can help. You know, and that's what we're gonna be talking about on Saturday. Those who are interested. If you're really serious about it, you need to be on Saturday because we're fucking doing this shit at a high level. If you're not serious, then that's cool. Just keep dabbling at the fucking crib and see how that works out for you. But if you're 3 years ago, I came to an event that Elliot hosts, and it wasn't that event. It was he had a business one 2 days before, and it cost me fucking $1,400 to go. And Elliot's my boy, and he didn't give me free tickets. but I went home and my fucking income doubled. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's worth, like, if you're serious about this shit, you can't dabble in it. Because like you said, there's a lot of competition, and information will help you get good, right? And that's the leverage. So if you're serious about that shit, like, talk to me after this. We got the thing on Saturdays. It's legit. My man.
Hi, thank you very much. Sorry I came in late. I apologize, but thank you. I followed all of your stuff. I'm a big supporter of the plan. So my question is, you know, I think that so as you said, there's a lot of people with products, a lot of people with their own kind of offering, if you will. I just wonder, in this saturated market, similar to what someone said, how do you differentiate? And also, it's clear that you can be quite successful doing something which is already done, but just in your own kind of way. And I just wonder what you think of is the psychology behind that, given that many people are doing like lots of fitness or lots of like athleisure wear, for example. But these new
Are you asking how to stand up? I don't stand out. I'm not. Are you asking how to stand out? I don't know if I.
The psychology behind why people like you can do the same thing pretty much, just put a tiny bit of spin on it, and it, as you say, it does become successful.
Yeah.
So why do you think that is, given that there's so many like?
Right, because there are so many. So if you're just like someone else, why should they pay attention to you? Right? It's about. Sometimes being different is better than being better. For real, like just something different. It's saying people love novelty. There's a part of your brain where when you see something novel or new, your brain dopamine spikes, you know? And like, oh shit, I never seen that before. I never experienced this before. And people gravitate to it, right? That's why, you know, when you go on, you see advertisements that say new, they make a big deal out of it. New formula, brand new, because we were instinctively driven to be attracted to that, to novelty. Yeah, your shit still got to be fucking dope though. No bullshit. Like if just because you get them in with some new shit, it's just new whack shit. You know, that's the new whackness. That's not the new hotness. That's the new lame shit. You know what I'm saying?
How do you deal like with the stress with entrepreneurship? Because I started doing like eBay dropshipping, I almost like went
eBay dropshipping?
eBay dropshipping, yeah flipping things on eBay and stuff like that. It went like south. I was almost about to quit, but then I realized, okay, Amazon banned my account, all of that stuff, and I was like in a
Amazon banned your account?
Yeah. The thing is,
you dropshipping on Amazon?
Dropped on Amazon and Walmart.
That's why they banned you, right?
You know, getting like sales every day. But the thing is, like when things go wrong, because I've been working for like only like 3 months, but it went wrong, and now I'm back at it again. Yeah. But the emotional stress, it was like, damn. Like, what do you do? Like, what can I do to become stronger, to prepare for what's ahead? Because that's nothing. Like
that's nothing. First of all, I'll give you some like just straight up business tips, man. Like one. You got banned from Amazon. We sell a lot of units on Amazon. You got banned from Amazon because of the drop shipping, because it took so long for people to get it to you, right? Yeah, that's the nature of drop shipping, right? If you want to do drop shipping, if you're hell bent on that, the best way to do it is to set up your own Shopify store and use an application called Oberlo. Is it Oberlo? Am I pronouncing that right, Alex? Oberlo. And then it hooks into your Shopify store, and it's easy for you to grab shit off Amazon. Alibaba Express. It's still gonna fucking take a long time because it's just coming from China. Shit is coming from China, but you won't get kicked off of your own Shopify store, right? And you can find a way to build. I don't want to get too into that, but I know that shit pretty well. Second of all, yeah, man, 3 months is nothing. 3 months is nothing, and you gotta understand that difficulty. I'm glad that this that hard, because that's gonna keep all the fuck boys away from me. Like when you talk about when you talk about competition, when you talk about being so saturated, it's not saturated for me because I'm willing to go past that point of pain. So if you're willing to go, there's no way to make it easier. And even if I told you a way to make that easier, it'd only make that easier, right? You won't be stronger. You just made one part of your life easier. I'd rather you not make it easier. I wish it was harder for you because that's gonna make you stronger, right? It's like when same shit, like people, I talked about this in the YouTube video, like if people ask me, how do I get these cravings for chocolate? Or how do I get the desserts and shit? And like I can teach you a trick to not eat desserts, but then you just won't be eating desserts anymore, but you still be a fucking pussy. And I'm not saying you're a pussy. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying you need to become stronger. Like make it fucking more difficult. Like you need to experience the difficulty so you can become stronger. Because I know most people, when they get into entrepreneurship, they're just too fucking, they're pussies, right? So when it gets hard and the Amazon shit gets fucked up, you know how many times I've been kicked off Amazon? countless. And or they ban the product, you know, it happens to everybody, but you fight through all that shit. And only the fucking most resilient people, that's why I don't worry about competition. When you guys, like I had like several questions about how do you get to a competition, you keep fucking going. You keep fighting, because almost everybody's gonna fucking quit. Because almost everybody's a fucking pussy.
So definitely,
Louder.
I have a flatmate at the moment, and he's really.
I don't know what a flatmate is.
Yeah, I was like, I'd say I was definitely the definition of like a pussy, right? I was like, I wanted everything to be easier, and actually the best way is like the resilience. Like even if the girl is like screaming at you, you don't just cave in and go, oh, go away or react. You just smile on your face, misinterpret it, say, oh, well, I like horses too, or you know, like stuff like that. And like even with my mum, I would be like, Mum, why are you saying this? And she'd just get louder and louder when she got angry. And I'd say, like, Mum, can you just stop?
Is there a question in here?
But basically, the best thing to do when you're dealing with like volatile, crazy people, whatever it is, and you just want it to stop and you just want it to be easier. Like if you like chocolate cake, just resist it with a smile on your face. If the woman is being crazy, just just smile and just be like, and just like don't let them beat you down and just take it down.
Is there a question in here?
Awesome. And you just got a smile on your face and keep on going. Like this.
You have a question?
I do have a question.
Yeah.
So you talk about perseverance, and that's really interesting.
Speak up.
You talk about perseverance, and obviously I know that you were in the music industry. And I'm a stubborn artist, I don't quit. I never quit. I used to be just get what's up, I live and go for it, and I don't quit. Is there a time to quit? Because is there a time to quit?
I quit. Okay, so here's the thing. I was initially funny enough. I quit music, and I'm not afraid to admit that because, yo, man, it was like you asked me, how do you pick what to do? And I was kind of dabbling in music, and like I was doing both, right? Music and fitness and business and shit. And I'm trying to do everything. That shit ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna, like, the competition is so intense. The competition is so intense in a lot of these fields that you can't fucking dabble in it or half-ass it if you wanna succeed. So I said, you know what, fitness, because people are asking me, I get asked more for that. The world doesn't need another motherfucking guy making beats and shit, you know, like, there's enough of those guys, you know. And like we talked about economic viability, man, like that's what people would pay me for. The music shit wasn't fitting in the Venn diagram we talked about. It wasn't in the pay me for block. And I say, I'm downplaying it. I was signed to Sony Records at one point, but I got dropped when they merged with BMG. Having that said, I said, man, this shit, I can do this shit. I'm in control of this. The reason I don't like music is because art is subjective. Like me and you can listen to the fucking song, and you can think it's the greatest shit in the world, and I can think it's fucking garbage, right? But business ain't subjective. That money's in your account or it's not. You look at the conversion rates of the website, it is what it is. You know, the numbers are, you know, you look at your EPC, you know, that's what it is. That's what it is. You know, you look at the ROI, the numbers are there. You can't fucking argue with it. Music is too subjective, so I said, fuck with that bullshit.
If you was to put in a few words, how would you differentiate working hard and working smart?
How do you differentiate working hard from working smart? Well, working smart, like it's like leverage, like we talked about today, or whatever that means. But that doesn't, for me, working smart is not an excuse not to work hard. Like I work as hard as I can, as smart as I can. Like I don't differentiate them. Like if I'm working hard and it's not smart, I'm not working hard if it's not in a smart way, if it's not like the best way. But at the same time, I'm not looking for fucking shortcuts either, right? Don't look for fucking shortcuts. Don't look for the easy way out, you know? Like look for leverage, but not shortcuts. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Brandon, can you talk a little bit about how you transitioned away from one-to-one coaching and like what was the time frame with that? And,
the one-to-one coaching thing, like, so anyway, it's like you can't scale it. You can't scale it, right? You can't make more money because there's only so many hours in a day, right? You max out at 24 clients, right? Because there's only 24 hours, right? That's the fucking max, and you can't even do that. So what you want to do is what I want to do in order to scale was I focused on building it online, where I would first coach people online or come out with programs, or like we have a supplement coming, things that I can help people online. And some of the beauty of it is you can charge less and help more people and make more money. It's the fucking holy trinity right there, you know? And we're gonna talk about that like in depth on Saturday, right? Like me and Connor are gonna go into depth in that. He's gonna talk about more of the building the social media part, because he's been able to do that better than me. It's hard for me to admit that, but he's been able to do that better than anyone I've ever seen. But that business though, ain't too many people fucking with me. Like when it comes to building, like turning social media into dollars, because I met motherfuckers with 1 million, with the same amount of followers as me. And we out to dinner, and these motherfuckers was like, I was like, yo, you gonna get a drink? He's like, oh, you know, I don't really want to pay for it now. I'm like, oh shit. You know, like she's talking about the specials. He's like, oh, how much is that again? You know what I'm saying? He's like doing calculations in his head, like, damn, you ain't got no money, man? You ain't got no money? How you got the same amount as me? And you ain't got no money, because they not monetizing it the way. And we're gonna talk about that more on Saturday for those who are interested. Come talk to me after this shit. You had your hand up for mad long.
How do you change your mindset from playing not to lose compared to win?
Playing not to lose to playing to win? Oh man, I've always been more offensive than defensive. I don't know, man. I don't know how to honestly be honest with you. I don't know. I can't answer your question because I never played not to lose. It's always been like playing. It's always kind of been that way. But we can talk later. I don't have a good answer for your question. I apologize. This guy had his hand up, and I'm gonna keep missing him.
What's your why?
How do I motivate myself? Here's the thing about motivation, man. I say this 1,000,000 times. Nobody stays motivated all the time. Like perpetual motivation is a fucking myth. Motivation means, yeah, man, I feel like it. It's a good idea, man. I can't wait to do it. Yeah, but you're fired up. Discipline means you do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you fucking feel like it or not. You can't stay motivated all the time. Because motivation is a fucking bullshit emotion, right? Discipline is something that you just do. You build that. Don't worry about it. I don't care if I feel like it or not. I do it, and that's discipline. Because you're just not gonna feel like it all the time. Emotions is all in your head. Like literally all in your head. They're not even fucking real things, right? Why would you let that shit control you? You have to be in control. And that's where discipline comes from. You build discipline. Nobody's motivated all the time. Nobody. So the answer to your question is you don't. And you don't care either. You just fucking do it whether you feel like it or not. Like a boss. You.
Building on the question, how do you change the state of your mind?
How do you change the state? That's the thing. I don't give a fuck about the state even. Like I don't care how I feel. I do what I'm supposed to do. And that's what you guys got to do. It's discipline. Who gives a fuck if you feel like it? It really doesn't mean anything. It only means something to you. Like your thoughts are all in your fucking brain. It's not even fucking real. It's not tangible. It's just in your fucking head. You can change your state. You can get in a state, or you can just do the shit anyway because you're fucking disciplined. And yeah, but the thing is, here's the thing about state. You can manipulate it to a certain degree, honestly, but your fucking effort should not. It may affect outcomes, but your effort is something you can always. Your state should not affect your effort. Does that make sense? Yeah, because that's weakness, everyone. Like that's weakness. I answered mad at your question. See you right here.
How important is networking? Because I noticed.
Step louder.
How important is networking? Because I noticed you had some videos with like Ty Lopez and Black Connor.
Leverage. Like first of all, networking is leverage, right? It's like you know people, and I can't tell you how many things that have helped my business. So many things that have helped me make more money just from having a bigger network, a larger sphere of influence, of people who think about me positively. And how do you build that? You build that network with leverage too. Like you said, how I'm friends with Ty Lopez. I was like, yo, I'm about to be, back when he first was starting YouTube, I seen this shit. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be in you. I know you're trying to do this YouTube thing. It was before he had a big amount of followers. I'm gonna be in LA. We should link up. And you know, I had like the leverage, the social media leverage. He's like, oh yeah, that. You know, so you go into networks to build network if you add value to people, you know, like always think about adding value instead of taking, you know, and then people will want to fuck with you more, and then that's going to help your fucking life. You over there.
So going back to that previous
Louder.
So going back to the previous question of discipline, have you had that discipline since you were a kid? Or if not, how did you cultivate it?
Good. This is a good question. How do you cultivate the discipline? This is the last question I'm taking. We'll talk more after, because I got to bring up my man Derek. I'm really excited about y'all listening to him. And I'm excited to listen to him too. Listen, how do you build the discipline? It's real important. So here's the thing. When you're not motivated, that's a beautiful moment, because that's when you have to use discipline. And it becomes like a muscle. The more you do it, the more you do what you're supposed to do when you don't feel like it, the stronger your discipline becomes. So when you're not motivated, when you don't feel like it, that's the only opportunity you have to build discipline. Does this make sense? When you're motivated and you feel like it, you're not using discipline. You're relying on your motivation. And that's cool, but you got to embrace when you don't feel like it. That's the most important time to do whatever it is you don't want to do, because that's the only time you have an opportunity to use and build and increase discipline. Does that make sense? Yeah. So look for those opportunities. I create them. I go out of my way to create them. Like, I didn't have to take a cold shower today, but I did it just because of that. Like, no other fucking benefits. Just because I didn't want to, so I do it anyway. It helps build the discipline. Shit like that. Like, look for it. That's what I'm talking about. Don't look to make this shit easier. Make this shit fucking harder, and you'll become more disciplined. You'll become tougher. You'll become more resilient. I'm about to get up out of here, but first, I guess I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Yeah, that's a good place to leave it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.